What's up, everyone? All right, we are low-key chilling today because I haven't done a coffee chat in a hot minute, and I have a lot of things I feel like to share with you guys. I, of course, always ask you guys if you have any questions that you're curious about, so I've been kind of combing through those. We went and grabbed some Starbucks, and we waited there was no line. I want to preface this. We waited for 30 minutes, and it turned out that they got our order, and Tyler I got a pumpkin cream cold brew, of course, so delicious. And if you haven't tried one, I like pumpkin spice lattes. I like, but they're so sweet. They're like Peeps. I can eat one Peep a year and I'm good. I never need Peeps again. Honestly, I could probably live the rest of my life without ever eating Peeps. That's Easter. Where am I going? But pumpkin spice lattes, same thing. They're so sweet. I can drink one a year and I'm good. But the pumpkin cream cold brew is so good because it's sweet, but it is not overly sweet. And that is why I love it. Cheers. Long story short, there was a misunderstanding. Someone took one of our other drinks, and then Tyler was wanting a nitro cold brew, and the machine broke, so he was waiting. And they were so sweet at the end, though, that they were I'm so sorry it took forever. So they gave Tyler, they didn't have the nitro anymore, so they gave him regular cold brew and a $5 Starbucks gift card. And I was that was so nice. So anyway, quick little dumb story time about Starbucks. I would say probably 25% of the questions I got were about how this workspace is going for me, if I'm enjoying having this place outside of my house to come to film, to edit, etc. My husband and I share this space because he does own his own business too. We really love that separation. That was one thing mentally I had been struggling with was, where does, the line was very blurred between where work ends and my personal life begins because of what I do. I do share a lot of my life, but I kind of made the decision, we both did, to kind of draw a line. So that's why we stopped showing Genevieve, or at least her face, in videos, because we do want to draw that line, and we felt like the lines were getting crossed. And the internet's a weird place. This is just the reality, and so that was a piece of it. But also just feeling that, Genevieve doesn't really have a say in what we're putting on the internet of her. And the more we thought about it, the more we thought, this isn't really fair, especially as she gets older. Now, I feel like when she's a baby, if we have another baby, I will probably show bits of the baby because they're so young at that point. But once they get to the age she is 3, where she's got her personality and all that, that's when we started feeling maybe it's not our decision to just decide to put her on the internet all of the time, all the different things she's doing. When it's on the internet, it's on the internet forever. I mean, I can privatize videos, but you can find videos on different random sites that re-upload things. Anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. How did I get on that? So that wasn't even what we were talking about. Oh, the blurred lines. Back to the workspace. I hope you're strapped in because this is how the whole video is going to be. Oh boy. So having this separation helped us also separate that. I really had felt like I hadn't really nailed down how I wanted to deal with my makeup. Since I do a lot of makeup videos here on my channel, I thought that it made the most sense to keep my entire collection here. But what I hadn't accounted for was the fact that I actually get ready more often at home. And that's because in a given week, I may only be filming myself doing my makeup on camera once, maybe twice. And not only that, I had been missing that piece where at night, if I were bored, I could just go and look at my makeup collection and reorganize a drawer and that kind of stuff, that joy was missing because it was here and I couldn't do that. You know what I mean? I know that sounds silly to some of you guys, but some of you guys are I totally get it. So my sweet, sweet poor husband moved one of my little drawer systems to back to our house in our bedroom. And so I'm gonna move most of my makeup collection there so I have it, which actually makes sense anyway because I am such a planner. I know what videos I'm filming and when, and that it's not a big deal for me to quickly say, okay, I know I'm doing this dupes video, so I need to pull this, that, and the other, grab it, put it in my work bag, and it goes to work with me. That's already what I was kind of doing anyway, because I was constantly having to pull from the makeup I already had at home to talk about videos. Okay, enough about that. I guess my point is workspace, working out really well, excited to kind of work out these last few kinks that I was trying to figure out when it comes to the makeup. But I definitely am leaning into filming more vloggy videos. That was another question I got a lot, which is weird because it's something I've been thinking about a lot lately the past few weeks, but I hadn't really said. It's almost as if some of you guys had just sensed that. I don't know, man. Stranger things. So if you notice, the past few weeks I've done at least a vlog a week, whereas usually I do a vlog every other week because I'm just really enjoying it right now. I really am. And so My dog, by the way, some of you guys, I posted on Instagram this picture here, just like a silly, cute, lazy photo of our beagle, Pinocchio. And some of you guys were like, who is this dog? I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Pinocchio. So I know some of you guys are new here. That's our sweet boy. We got him right around when we got married, and he's such a good boy. Someone said, why is Pinocchio so sad? He's not. He is the laziest dog. I took that picture after we took him on a nice long walk and he was exhausted, but he's a very happy boy. And what's funny is some of you guys are asking if we're ever gonna get like a second dog or like a puppy friend. Pinocchio hangs out with his puppy friends. Like all of our friends have dogs, our family has dogs. He sees other dogs multiple times a week. And every time he'll like hang around them for like 30 minutes and then he'll go disappear and lay on our bed for the rest of the time. Like he likes humans more than other dogs, okay? So I'm just saying, I know that dog well, and he's like, I'm an old 6-year-old man dog, and I'm gonna go to bed. What's your advice for transitioning from college life to adult life? You need to stand up for yourself. And I don't just mean like if someone offends you, that's not really what I mean at all. Maybe I can think of a better way to word it. But you are in charge of your destiny. Now that sounds cheesy, but really you're in charge of what happens in your life to a certain extent. And so you need to take charge of it. If you are thinking about doing something, then do it, because no one's going to force you to do it. I think the one thing I struggled with the most after college was feeling like I was still a kid. And so even though like I had started teaching and I was like, well, I mean, I'm an adult, I have a college degree and I'm in charge of a class of kids, I would still be the one not asking questions in staff meetings or being too nervous to go like talk to my boss about something. When in reality, you're an adult and you have to just kind of just jump in and start acting like one. And that can be really hard depending on your personality. It's still something at 32. I second guess and then I'm like, no, Jessica, just do it. You're an adult. But yeah, I would just say take charge of your life. And the other thing is, you know, what you get a college degree in doesn't necessarily mean that that has to be what you do for the rest of your life. I went to school for musical theater and I did that professionally. Like, I don't know that I could have made a career out of it, like made enough money to do that. But I did that for a while. Then when I stopped, I went into teaching and I did that for a while. And now, at least right now in my life, YouTube is my job. I don't know what my job will be in 10 years. You don't have to always feel like once you pick a path that is the path you have to take. Life is so short, and as every year goes by, it's more obvious to me how short it is, and you know, just take charge of it. I know, I get so cheesy, but I like mean it with every fiber of my being. That is an interesting question. Do you think TikTok will overtake YouTube? I don't know. I dabble in TikTok. I've been more regularly posting on TikTok. I am at It's Jessica Braun if you want to follow me there, and on Instagram. Because I'm starting to find some of the joy in just the quick little videos. And I get TikTok. I mean, I get that it's fun. Trust me, I will get lost in that app and I have to force myself to get off. I don't know that it will overtake YouTube only because YouTube and TikTok offer very different things. They do. I mean, for me, I watch YouTube because, I mean, and this is the way I personally use YouTube. I like watching 15 to 20 minute videos about all of my different things I'm interested in. Sometimes makeup. Honestly, more of what I watch on YouTube nowadays is like family type stuff, just because, again, of where I'm at in my life. Home organization and cooking stuff, but then also like Disney vlogs, like that kind of thing. Because again, big part of my life. I just think because they offer such different things, I don't know that it'd be like this replaces the other. And you know, the reality is there's plenty of room in all of our phones for more than one app. I mean, think about it. I use so many different ones, not just TikTok and YouTube, but it is an interesting question because I feel like there's a lot of chatter about that because TikTok did become so big so quickly. I know YouTube offers their shorts now, which I'm like, I think I've maybe uploaded one. But again, I'm like, all right, we've got YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, TikToks. Like, it's a lot of the same. A lot of questions about if we're gonna do Vlogmas this year. In some form, yes. I just don't know if it will all be on Tyler's channel or if we'll do it like half and half like we did last time. If we'll combine days instead of doing one every day, because that is very taxing at a time of year that is already, you know, busy for everyone. So we will see what that actually looks like, but we are planning to do some version of Vlogmas this year, yeah. How is everyone doing? You, your husband, Gigi, your parents, and your husband's parents. Everyone's doing well. Everyone's doing very well. We are very thankful that everyone in our family right now is happy and healthy. So that's good. Thank you guys for asking. That's so sweet. I know. And I'm sure you'll see our parents in future vlogs and stuff too. It's just, again, ever since the pandemic, obviously we didn't see them for a long time. And then when we did, the last thing we felt like doing when we were around them was vlogging them because we just wanted to be around them, So I'm sure that we will start showing them a little bit more in vlogs. Best toys to keep Gigi busy. Holy moly, I discovered the mother load. So kinetic sand, and they sell one in like a box that you can just it is awesome, you guys. I'll link, all these are on Amazon. Magnet tiles. She will spend an entire day playing with them. She'll wake up, first toy she goes to play with. It is so incredible. So those, oh my gosh, game changer. And they're fun for us to play with too. So that's just bonus points. Those are the two that she stays busy with and she absolutely loves. A lot of questions about how my little break was and if I'm feeling better after that. Yes, I am feeling better and I definitely needed that break. Tyler and I have talked a lot about this. I think I don't give myself enough credit for the work I put into. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm so emotional. You already, cheers, you already knew it. But I really don't give myself enough credit for the work that I do put into this channel. So one thing I am going to be doing is I think I finally found the editor I want to hire and I'm really excited about it. And I really feel like, all right, we're finishing this here live. Well, not live, but you know what I mean. After the fact, this video really derailed fast and I got way too emotional. I don't mind sharing emotion with you guys, but it got to the point where I was just a blubbering mess. So we're going to finish this way because I've had a moment. I got to get out a lot that I needed to get out. But connecting to what I was saying, hiring an editor is something I've put off for literally years because I am such a darn control freak and I have got to learn how to let pieces go if it means that my mental health is going to be so much better. And I don't mean, I've said numerous times, I'm very open about the depression struggles I faced, especially in the postpartum period. This is not what I'm going through right now. What I feel like I've been going through is true, classic, all-American burnout. Where, I've had my channel since 2013. I've taken 0 breaks, 0. I mean, obviously, I wasn't always doing this full-time the way I'm doing it now. For a while, I was teaching. I taught for 4 years while doing a YouTube channel. I was in college while having my YouTube channel. But it gets to be a lot. And it's not necessarily that the workload is so difficult and what I'm doing is not difficult stuff. It really is that because what I do involves somewhat of some creativity, it can be very hard to force that when you're not feeling it. And that's, I think, what I was trying to get across while I was just sobbing and sobbing and sobbing. I think I just needed a good cry. You know what I mean? Weirdly, I actually feel a lot better after having gotten that out. So one thing that Tyler and I have talked about is finding a way for me to every so often have planned time off. And a lot of times, when we would travel, I know the camera's shaking. I'm filming this literally on my phone. A lot of times when we would travel, I would try to pre-film for the, week we're gone and make sure those are uploaded. So then that means the week or two before we travel is incredibly stressful and I'm staying and working late and I'm all stressed out in the evening too because I'm trying to get all this done. And so it doesn't quite feel like as much of a vacation once we actually take the time off because I'm still checking to make sure the videos are going live, finishing up description boxes and thumbnails. And I was working even while we were taking time off. So trying to recognize in myself that I am really on a precipice and I need to make sure that I'm taking that time is something I'm going to place an extreme importance on, especially in 2022. Can you believe that next year is 2022? That doesn't even sound right. My reality is that, I have signed legally long-term contracts with certain brands that I do sponsorships with every month. And so for me to want to take a month off isn't totally plausible because of these legal, I'm legally bound. And while that's an awesome problem to have and sponsorships help me pay the bills, I mean, that's the reality of it. That is also the reality of it. I can't just take time off when I want. So in order for me to do that, I just have to plan a little bit ahead, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So I'm going to be making that a priority because this feeling of burnout that I've felt has been awful. And it really surprised me. And I feel like it kind of snuck up on me, but it really surprised me with how much it really has affected my day to day. Absolutely. And I'd always heard about people, you know, burning out. And I always kind of rolled my eyes because I'm like, okay, yeah, you work too hard, really? But now I'm like, no, really though, that is a very real thing. And I look back on anyone I've ever like judged in my mind. And now I'm like, I understand. And I feel bad for even thinking that. So that's all. Enough about that. But I just wanted to get on here with a little bit more of a clear head, like I said, because that was just an absolute mess. But I also feel like it was pretty cathartic to just kind of get it out there and speak every single thing I was thinking, and just cry about it. And yeah. I think this is really the real reason I had wanted to film this coffee chat. And I knew that this was on my heart and something that I wanted to be honest with you guys about. I love you guys. Thanks for sticking with me through all my ups and downs, all my emotions. That's it. That's the noun. Anyway, I love you guys. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.